All right, guys, today we want to talk about a simplified ratio. And that's a ratio that is in its most reduced terms, meaning it has no common factors. And in this situation, we're going to look at it in the sense of a word problem. So let's look at it. It says at KSFA, seventh graders go to lunch first, sixth graders go to lunch second. Seventh grade has 100 students, sixth grade has 105 students. What is the ratio between students in six to students in seven? So anytime I see this wordy type of word problem, I want to go straight in and figure out what am I being asked to find. And that is the ratio from sixth grade students to seventh grade students. That's all I need to figure out. So let's go in and pull out that information. Well, looking at the problem, it says seventh grade has 100 students, sixth grade has 105. So now I have all the information that I need to write out my ratio and get it in its most simplest terms. So we want to make sure that we write it in order. And I'm going to write it as a fraction so that it's easy for me to simplify. I'm looking for students in six to students in seven. So I'm going to write my ratio as 105 over 100. Again, because I want to write it in order, which is students in six to students in seven. So now I want to simplify. And that means by the end of it, 105 and 100 have no common factors. So that means I need to figure out what to divide by. Well, normally I would try and divide by 2 because I see 100 is even, but 105 is not. Well, I see 105 and 100 end in a 5 and a 0. And if I remember my divisibility rules, I know that both of these numbers are divisible by 5. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take 105 and divide it by 5. And then I'm going to take 100 and I'm going to divide it by 5. Well, I'm going to do some scratch work on the side just so I can make sure my work is correct. I'm going to take 5 and divide that into 105. How many groups of 5 are in 10? There are 2. I'm going to multiply. 2 times 5 is 10. Once you multiply, we subtract. I got 0. I bring down my last number. How many groups of 5 are in 5? There are 1. And I want to do the same thing for 100. I want to take 5 and divide that into 100. I can also think about it like this. If I had $100 and I wanted to give it to 5, if I wanted to break it evenly between 5 different people, how much money would each person get? Well, let's see. How many groups of 5 are in 1? There are none. So now I want to see how many groups of 5 are in 10. There are 2 whole groups. So then I want to multiply. 2 times 5 will give me 10. I subtract and get 0. I'm going to bring down my other 0. How many whole groups of 5 are in 0? There are 0 groups. I multiply. 0 times 5 is 0. And I subtract and get 0. All right, so now that I've done the division, I want to write out my work. 105 divided by 5 gave me 21. And 100 divided by 5 gave me 20. So now I need to see, are there any common factors between 21 and 20? Well, 21 is not even, so it can't be 2. 20 is not divisible by 3. 21 is not divisible by 4 or 5. 20 is not divisible by 7. I think I'm good here. I think these 21 and 20 have no common factors. So I'm going to say in my final ratio that there are 21 sixth graders to every 20 seventh graders. And I'm done.